As with any new product, when migrating from MYOB Exo Payroll to MYOB Acumatica Payroll, you need to become familiar with changes in terminology and processes.
In this brief presentation, we will look at a couple of common terminology changes you will need to become familiar with when migrating to MYOB Acumatica Payroll.
Information provided in this presentation is for illustration purposes only and is subject to change without notice. Screens and options available will depend on your specific system configuration.
This presentation has been developed by Kilimanjaro Consulting, a member of the Enprise Group. No part of this presentation, including video, audio, and text components, may be duplicated, altered, or reproduced without the written permission of Kilimanjaro Consulting.
In MYOB Exo Payroll, employees are assigned to a single pay frequency. When creating a pay, you would select the pay frequency, and all employees assigned to the selected frequency will be included in the pay. Different pay cycles for the same pay frequency, such as alternating fortnightly pay cycles, are not supported.
In MYOB Acumatica Payroll, the concept of pay groups are used. A pay group is a group of employees that are paid at the same time in the same pay cycle. For example, you could have 2 fortnightly pay cycles running in alternating weeks. Each fortnightly cycle would be a separate pay group containing the employees paid in that fortnightly cycle. Employees can also be linked to multiple pay groups, each with its own standard pay. This means you could have different pay groups for different purposes. For example, a pay group for processing normal pays and another pay group for processing bonus payments.
When you create a pay in MYOB Exo Payroll, you would select the pay frequency for the pay you are creating.
In MYOB Acumatica Payroll, you would select the pay group for which you want to create a pay.
In MYOB Exo Payroll, we use the current pay to process our normal pays for each pay cycle. We use one-off pays for ad hoc pays outside of a normal pay cycle, such as paying something we missed in the previous pay, paying an employee outside of a normal pay cycle, making adjustments or corrections to previous pays. Depending on the circumstances, one-off pays are often used to process termination pays.
In MYOB Acumatica Payroll, there isn't a concept such as a current or a one-off pay. As shown earlier in this presentation, when creating a pay in MYOB Acumatica Payroll, you simply select the pay group for which you want to create the pay. Creating a pay outside of a normal pay cycle is no different to creating a normal pay. When creating the pay, you would simply change the dates associated with the pay. You may not want to include all employees in this pay run. In MYOB Acumatica Payroll, you can remove selected employees from the pay. Once an employee is removed from the pay, they can always be added again using the plus icon.
What if you want to make a correction to a previous pay period, or make a correction for a single employee's pay?
If you need to reverse the complete pay, provided it was the last pay done for the pay group, you can use the reverse option to reverse the entire pay. To correct a pay for a single employee, select the employee and click on the Adjust Pays button. MYOB Acumatica Payroll does not support negative values. Therefore, a pay to reverse the original pay is automatically created. A duplicate of the original pay will be created, ready for you to make the necessary adjustments or corrections. In this example, the employee was originally paid in pay 1545. Their pay was then reversed automatically in pay 1546, and a replacement pay, pay 1547, created, ready for the amendments.
What about the differences between what the employee was originally paid and what they are being paid in the adjusted or corrected pay?
If a payment is owed to the employee, a payment batch will be created, creating a file to upload to your bank to make the payment to the employee. If the adjustment or correction resulted in an overpayment in the original pay, you will process it in the employee's next pay as a deduction.
In MYOB Exo Payroll, each of the different types of payments fall under predefined categories, such as salaries, wages, allowances, deductions, superannuation contributions, and each of the legislated leave types.
In MYOB Acumatica Payroll, these are all classed as pay items. The setup of the pay item, in particular the type, specifies how the pay item is treated. For example, an income, which is used for salaries and wages. An allowance. A deduction. An employee or employer superannuation contribution. Or a leave entitlement accrual or payment.
In MYOB Exo Payroll, the How Paid screen is used to record the employee's bank account details. These can be changed within a pay run. However, the net pay can only be distributed based on defined amounts.
In MYOB Acumatica Payroll, the pay distribution is used to specify the bank accounts to which the employee's net pay is distributed. The net pay can be distributed as a predefined amount or as a percentage. Unlike MYOB Exo Payroll, bank accounts cannot be changed for a specific pay run. MYOB Acumatica Payroll includes a built-in employee self-service module. Changes to employees' details, either by you or the employee, are made in real time. The employee self-service module provides employees with the ability to view and update certain personal information, view their payslips, check their leave balances, and apply for leave. Managers can also approve or decline leave requests. There are also a number of new concepts in MYOB Acumatica Payroll that you will need to become familiar with. Two main concepts are posting classes and GL purposes.
In MYOB Exo Payroll, every pay item has a cost center assigned. In turn, this cost center is assigned to a general ledger account. This information is used to produce the general ledger report and create the general ledger journals for your accounting system.
In MYOB Acumatica Payroll, this is achieved through posting classes and general ledger purposes. The general ledger purpose is used to identify the type of payments for accounting purposes. For example, salaries and wages, superannuation expenses and liabilities, leave liabilities and expenses, etc. Each pay item is assigned the appropriate general ledger purpose. Posting classes are used to link each general ledger purpose with the appropriate general ledger account and sub-account in your financial system. You could have a number of posting classes to accommodate your general ledger account and sub-account structure. The appropriate posting class is assigned to an employee to specify the general ledger accounts and sub-accounts for their payroll journals. When producing the general ledger journals, the system will first look at the pay item in question to find out which general ledger purpose is assigned to the pay item. Next, it will check the employee's record to find out which posting class has been assigned to the employee. The system will then look for the general ledger purpose in the posting class. The journal transactions will be posted to the general ledger account and sub-account assigned to the general ledger purpose.
In this presentation, we provided you with a high-level overview of some of the primary changes you will encounter between MYOB Exo Payroll and MYOB Acumatica Payroll.
You will undoubtedly discover other differences during your implementation. Your implementation consultant will discuss these with you in more detail at that time.
If you have any questions, you can email our payroll team at payroll@kilimanjaro-consulting.com.
Or if you would like to discuss migrating from MYOB Exo Payroll to MYOB Acumatica Payroll, contact our sales team at 1300-857-464 within Australia or 0800-436-774 within New Zealand.